So we will continue today with the reading for Jimin on how were the past 2.5 years for him, what lesson has he learned, and what is he being prepared for. So we're gonna have a look at the energies during the past 2.5 years, and also the energies from which Jimin will move forward into the next energetic cycle, which is coming up really soon. So we've got some tarot cards, and of course we've got the oracles here, just to give more clarification and detail. So let's start with the tarot card. The first card we have here is Six of Pentacles, and this, to be honest, when I was shuffling the card, this one, it jumped out like in 1 second, and it flipped over, and I could see what it is. And when it flipped over, Jimin's smile flashed in my mind, like I saw him smile. And I think that's a sign. It's a sign of relief. It tells me that even though this period of time was difficult, undeniably, but Jimin has seen the good things from it. Like he has, I don't know, they just give me the feeling of like fruits coming out of a tree, even though the climate, even though it's like the trees growing in the middle of a desert, there's still fruits growing out of it. So I do feel like this is a token of hope, and positivity and optimism. So that's what it's giving me here. So even though, yes, the time was difficult, there was a lot of devastating moments, but Jimin keeps up with his hope, and being optimistic. Most of the time he tries, because we know Jimin is not so good at it, but yeah, it's a very positive sign, as I say. And we have the Hangman, of course. He felt very restricted. He felt very out of control. He felt like he was kept in a box. Even though, like, normally the Hangman, someone who chose to be idle, who chose to be still, but this time it didn't give me the sense. It gave me the feeling of being almost trapped, and tight and very limited. So I think that makes sense. But the good thing, yes, of course, the good thing, we have the Six of Pentacles here, and that Jimin focus on the fruits that are growing out of a tree in the middle of a desert. I don't know where that came from, but the next card we have here, Queen of Cups in reverse. So yes, there are a lot of moments where Jimin felt devastated. He felt like nothing is moving. He felt so stuck, and he felt numb by his emotions. Like, you know, like sometimes we feel so much, and then suddenly we feel nothing at all because there's just too much to process. So I do feel like Jimin has been through a lot of these moments within the past 2.5 years, but because it's in reverse, so I do feel like it's a past energy, and Jimin is stepping out of that, because yes, because we know this cycle is closing very soon. And then God, the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is just literally the Hangman in this cup, in this deck right here. Definitely Jimin. And I mean, the Eight of Swords is just really, it's a side of Jimin as I see it. He's trapped in his own thinkings, his own thoughts. But then, oh, I never noticed this before. But this these is it a platypus? Even though like the swords are directed directed to him, but he's protected by these, I don't know what it is. It looks to me like an energetic field, and there are like flowers going out of this. Well, I assume it's his nest. But to me, it's an energetic field. It's an energetic field of positivity and love. So I do feel like Jimin is, even though he still has these negative thoughts, but then now he knows how to put up boundaries and how to protect himself from his own negative thoughts. Hence the Six of Pentacles. He focused more on the good things, and he talks to himself more positively as well. So that's good. That's like a tremendous growth, personal growth that I could see from Jimin from the past 3 years, 4 years, and I'm like incredibly proud of him for it. The last tarot card we have here, I think this could indicate, time to shine again, time to be in the center again, time to be on the stage again, being in the spotlight. I feel Jimin is being rebuilt to shine again. All of this that he's going through is just to prepare him for a bigger moment, a bigger stage, where he could, literally be the star. And of course, we have the Grammys going up. When they are performing, that will be the kind of like the biggest stage that they has always dreamt of, and also the 4 nights concert in Las Vegas. So yeah, it makes sense. Let's have a look at the oracle cards. We have embracing. These, it means embracing the idle time, the time where things stand still. Like when nothing seems to move, it doesn't mean that nothing actually moves. Like there's a lot of things going on under the surface. If we pay attention, then we will realize that how much is happening and how much we can get out of a particular situation. So instead of looking forward, maybe Jimin is being advised, well, no, maybe like this whole time, instead, I think the lesson that Jimin has learned is that instead of looking into the next few months or the next year, like when we can perform with an actual audience again, he has learned to focus on the moment, the very moment, what he could do, what he could prepare for when the actual moment of being able to perform happens again. So he's looking at the horizon, at the rising sun, but also he's preparing himself to shine when the sun actually shines on him. I think that's a really big lesson that Jimin has learned during this period of time, and that's amazing. And I think goes well with like when we have the Hangman and the Star energy. Then we have Fox Spirit. Think on your feet. The thing when I see this card, I see flexibility. Like Jimin is being advised to be more flexible. Also, like instead of being so fixed about one outcome, the outcome of like I want to be on stage with an actual audience soon. He has learned to be more flexible with that, to be happy with the compromises that could be made. But also like sometimes I see Jimin as someone who's very fixed, like who's like a little bit of flexibility. That if he wants something, he wants it to be that way, because he's a perfectionist. But I do think one of the big lessons that he has learned is that to step away a little bit from that energy and to be more flexible, to act according to the ever-changing situation, you know, because things were very unpredictable and things would change really quickly. So, so it's important to, you know, to always be on your feet and to react quickly but flexibly. So I think that's one of the lessons that Jimin has learned. Next card we have is your commitment is being tested. This is funny when it comes after, you know, the embracing and the fox spirit. I think that the commitment is being tested. The commitment is here is the commitment to perfectionism. It's not always good to aim for perfections in everything, and I think Jimin knows that. He has learned his lesson. But this is just an emphasis on how things were at play during the past 2.5 years, and push Jimin to like really look into this side of him and like realize what can be changed so that he grows and be more comfortable. And the next card we have here, prejudice, how you're being called to step up and lead. Ooh, this does give me the vibe of like, and also with the star card, I do feel like, oh, and Jimin's, well, OSD solo is coming out soon. So that would be like, it would be really successful. Yeah, it would be huge. It would be really like the central of a lot of things. Will be the talk of town of the world for a good period of time. Also, this card is the indicator of the spiritual awakening, being more in tune with your intuition. And yeah, I kind of associate Jimin with the high bridges in one of my tarot deck, and so when this came out, I was like, yeah, it's about time Jimin gets more in touch with his intuition, because he is quite powerful spiritually. He just doesn't really acknowledge it yet. It's not like tapped into it, but maybe it's time. It's being prepared for it. Maybe the next energetic cycle is where Jimin is getting in touch with his intuition. I don't know. The last cards we have here promotes forgiveness and offers release. This is the release of perfectionism and the release of, you know, like all these 8 of Swords negative thoughts and the feeling of being trapped within yourself. Mine is the prison. And then the last one we have here, provides courage and strength. I love this card. I love that this card is here to close the reading. So the past 2.5 years, it happened to provide Jimin with courage and strength, to build him up, to test him, to prepare him for the next energetic cycle, where it's very challenging but also very exciting. You know, it's not always roses when we discover our spirituality, but hey, we've got this. Jimin's got this. He's gonna shine. He's gonna really grow and glow in the next 2 to 3 years. Like, he's gonna bloom like a flower. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, I think that's all that I see for Jimin in terms of, you know, what he has learned, and where is he going in the next energetic cycle, kind of. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and then I'll come back with the reading for Taeyong's next. And yeah, I'll see you there. Bye.